And finally, new rule, this Valentine's Day, men have to give women what they really want, to grow up and start being men again. I learned a new word recently, hubson. Hubson, like husband, but it's the son. It's grown men who freed themselves from the shackles of wage slavery to live at home rent-free with the parents or just mom. They're also called kept sons. They live with mom and do all the jobs dad used to do. You know, fix stuff around the house, take out the trash, make sure when it's mom's turn to host book club, the girls have enough Pinot Noir. You know, I wondered why Pornhub had so many stepson videos. It's because sons are dating their moms now, that's why. And it just works, okay? There's no awkward getting to know you phase. And if someone asks, hey, how did you two meet? You can say, funny story, she pushed me out of her vagina. Is it any wonder so many women these days are asking, where have all the real men gone? I mean, look at their dating profiles. Living with mom is not one of the turn-ons. Guys in jail do better with chicks. Men are so consistently disappointing these days that there's a new trend where women are, in lieu of dating, going to the shelter and walking a dog instead. At least that way, there's some chance of ending up with a nose in your crotch. Sociologists say we're going through a sex recession, which is like a regular recession, except in a regular recession you get laid off, and here you don't get laid at all. 24% of men 22 to 34 say they've had zero sexual activity in the past year, what we used to call being married. 44% of Gen Z men report having no relationship experience at all during their teen years, except with Adderall. This is not healthy, although it does explain the steep drop in cooties. Scariest of all, 45% of men aged 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person. The only women Gen Z men talk to these days are Siri and Alexa, and a fat guy in the Philippines is pretending to be the guy they think they're sexting with on OnlyFans. Women are feeling so sexually unfulfilled lately that there's a new type of literature that's propping up the entire book-buying market. It's called romantasy. Kind of like the old romance novel epitomized by Fabio on the cover. Except women are so horny now, even he's not enough. They want to fuck an actual animal. I'm not kidding. In the drawer with the vibrator in it now are books with titles like My Minotaur Husband, Sleeping with Monsters, The Dragon's Bride, Stalked by the Kraken, and Radley's Home for Horny Monsters. Tales of romance, but with minotaurs and centaurs, werewolves, vampires, anything but a human man. 7-foot-tall, winged shadow demon, absolutely. Viking warrior who carries you off over his shoulder, no problem. That's the message of these books. If I can't find a man to get me off, I'll get Dracula to do it. Morning Glory Milking Farm is the story of a millennial girl who takes a job at a Minotaur milking farm. You know, a Minotaur milking farm. And well, one thing leads to another, and she winds up fucking a guy who's half bull. Which brings me to Taylor Swift. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think Taylor Swift epitomizes the journey that a lot of women have been going through. Yes, women wanted men to be more sensitive. Sensitive, but not some noodle-bodied human turtleneck who wears the same clothes they do. Timothy Chalamet is very talented and I'm sure very sexy to women, but on the hunk scale, he feels like the leftover pieces from after they made Burt Reynolds. Taylor Swift went from writing songs about what a dick this guy was to her and what a dick this guy was to her to what a dick this guy has. She dated a procession of skinny, fey, gay-adjacent, meek, porcelain doll, shy guy, twink-like, tortured poet, metrosexuals in America and Europe. But the second she got some old-school wood from the heartland, it was game over. So welcome home, Taylor, and happy Valentine's Day. But, I mean, Taylor is hardly the only one. You can hear it in the lyrics from all of today's female pop stars. They're practically screaming that they can't get no satisfaction. Doja Cat raps, I don't really got no type, I just want to fuck all night. Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish have a song that goes, try it, bite it, lick it, spit it, pull it in the side, get up all in it. Geez, when they're not saying fuck ice, they're saying fuck me. Problem is, they're living in a world full of guys who are afraid to even make eye contact without an NDA. Because in America, the pendulum never stops in the middle. The younger generation of men caught the backlash from 5 million years of human history. And I feel for you guys. You were born in a society that said just being male was toxic. And in a world where everything you said was mansplaining and everything you did was an eye roll and merely approaching a woman could get you canceled, it got very easy for men to just give up. And when they did, Pornhub and Tinder and OnlyFans were right there to take up the slack. Thing is, the technology changed, women didn't. They still want eye contact and face-to-face conversation, and also a pair of balls would be nice. Because in real life, I'm sorry, I mean IRL, when a girl blows you off when you ask her to dance, you can't just type fuck you and log off. You have to take that long walk of shame back to your table to tell your friends, no, she's a lesbian.